Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jose Otero here for IGN. I'm with Brian Altano.
Yes!
Some big news just happened on the internet, right? So Nintendo finally revealed the roster of fighters for the Smash Invitational that's happening at the Nokia Theater on June 10th. Super exciting. A lot of great names on that list. I'm really excited to see how that turns out. But then at the end of the video, for like 40 seconds, they told us that, hey, man, this is going to be relevant again. That
Remember these things?
GameCube controller, which has been the best way to play Smash, in my opinion.
Yeah,
of all the control
there's no debate there.
No, there isn't. Like, forget the Wii U Pro controller aside, classic controller aside,
Nunchuck
N64
and the
controller.
Wiimote, get out of here.
Yeah, get it all out of here.
This is what counts, right here.
And today we found out that there is an adapter that's going to plug into your Wii U through 2 USB slots.
Yep.
Presumably on the front, unless you want to also hang it out of the 2 USB slots out of the back. And you can then plug in a GameCube controller. So what do we think?
I think it's great. I think it's amazing. GameCube controllers have been kind of hard to get your hands on in the last few years. And something in the video showed me that they might not be very soon, because they did show a new GameCube controller, as you can see, and it's exactly like the old one, but it's got a Smash Brothers logo on it.
For sure,
so if they're going to put that back in the stores, then we don't have to just be crazy people that held on to these forever like we did. But I did, for this very moment.
Yeah, if your GameCube controller is kind of battered up or bruised, or you know, controllers don't always stand the test of time very well, especially if you play competitive Smash.
Sure.
You know what I'm talking about.
I think it opens up a lot of questions too, like how will this integrate with or interface with Wavebirds, which I still held on to my Wavebird, the old wireless GameCube controller. And
they worked with Wii when they had a solution on the top of the system, but then again, that was a GameCube built-in versus this attachment thing. Like, will it read that? That's a great question.
And so when this first broke, you know, I'm sure a lot of people were like, well, what's the big deal? Like, why have all these wires coming out? And the reason for that is what, Jose?
Well, I mean, first of all, GameCube controller is preferably the best way to play. With
Smash with these
a wired
right
controller, you're not getting input lag. You're not dealing with potential, you know, sort of either signal drop or any sort of problems like that. If you follow the competitive Smash scene, you know that most of those guys would never want to play with a Wavebird, regardless of how convenient it is to have a wireless controller. So this is the right time, like, to have. Some folks are going to be turned off by this and say, why would I want wires?
Sure.
I don't want to deal with that.
Sure.
And there are other products which, like just last week, PDP Performance something products, they have a wireless, basically a GameCube controller that you'll plug into a Wii remote, and that'll be a sort of wireless solution, even though they call it the wired fight pad. This is for the folks who actually really like this stuff and want the zero input lag and just want to play with these controllers they either have around the house or are willing to buy.
Which means that there's no chance of latency for even a split second, right? No, everything's just hardwired right into the console.
If
ideally,
that little
hopefully.
Box that is designed for this thing is done right.
So one more thing I want to mention, Nintendo obviously has a huge history of classic games, and a lot of them came on the GameCube. This might open up the chance to see GameCube ports to the Wii U, the same way we saw Nintendo and Super Nintendo games come to Wii U.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it's really awesome that something like this could happen, could open those up. There's just so much there, man.
Yeah, Virtual Console, the complaint with Virtual Console, right, is like how your lineup and it being sort of small and only focus on NES, Super Nintendo, and now they just started GBA, which those are sort of easier ports to emulate. Something like a GameCube game would take a lot of work, but knowing that if they went that route, potentially this could be used as well, this solution, that's kind of cool. So no, I agree with you. That's a great point to bring up, and we don't know if that's going to happen, but at least, you know, maybe that's the other sort of piece of this. Anyway, for more on E3, Smash Brothers, the Invitational, hopefully, make sure you keep it right here, and including Brian's great little setup here.
It's holding him forever.
Keep it right here at IGN.